Welcome to Teacher Talk. I'm your host, April Wohletz, and in this episode, we'll ask teachers what their favorite age to teach is. Teaching is a job that will never go away. The importance of passing information to the next generation is one of the most in-demand jobs in the world. Without teachers, the human species would lose all knowledge. We would have to start over each generation. There would be no doctors, police, judges, or firefighters. We wouldn't know how to plant crops, and without teachers, the human species would die off. Saying this, there are about 3.2 million teachers in the United States and about 48 million students. That leaves 15 students to every teacher. However, as this is an average, some schools are extremely understaffed. Most of the time, schools are focused on their students. However, in this podcast, I'm going to focus on the teachers. About 10% of college-educated workers become teachers. Just for reference, freshmen are 14 to 15 years old, sophomores are 15 to 16, juniors are 16 to 17, and seniors are 17 to 18. It is important to note that this is a generalization of the students. Not everyone is the same. Some students are more mature than others. Every teacher has different experiences with their student.
I teach world history to ancient civilizations, world geography, and then also regular U.S. American history classes to juniors. I teach generally mostly sophomores and juniors, and then I'll have some seniors in my elective classes and some freshmen in elective geography. So I mostly kind of speak to sophomores and juniors, and I would say it really kind of depends on the classes. I think that I do like my junior classes because I spend more time with them, so I end up getting to know them a little bit better because I'll have them for like a full year usually. But a lot of times I like the sophomore students because they take some of the elective classes because they really are interested in those classes. But I'll say my junior classes because I generally end up knowing them a little bit better.
Okay, so my name is Mrs. Kidwell. I teach junior language arts and seniors technical writing. In the past, I've taught grades 9 through 12, but my favorite grades to teach are 11th and 12th because there's a lot more independence there, and those students can have a lot more in-depth conversations, and we can have more mature conversations without a lot of the stuff that comes up when you teach a group of freshmen who just want to giggle about everything. I do love the freshmen, they bring their own thing, but I do prefer to do the upperclassmen.
I teach math. I teach 10 through 12. So this was a very hard question. For me, I honestly am not sure I'm going to be able to say which one is my favorite, but I'll say that I like sophomores. I teach honors math too, and so I really love being able to kind of mold the sophomores with some study skills to really be super successful in some tough classes. But I've always really liked juniors. They always used to be my favorite. I feel like they're probably just kind of in that they're maturing a little bit, and they're at the point where we can enjoy each other and have a little fun without it being kind of a silly, immature fun. And, you know, they're starting to get more involved. Juniors are super involved in sports and things like that, so it's nice to be able to visit with them about things like that. But the last quite a few years I've taught seniors, and this is a tough one for me because I like seniors a bunch too. They're at that point where they're in class because they want to be in class, because they have a purpose. They need a college credit and they're going off to college. And so it's really nice to be able to visit with them as kind of like almost adults. So it's debatable. I'd say juniors or seniors at the top of my list, but I don't know. Sophomores are good kids too.
All right, so I think that my favorite class to teach is juniors, I'm going to say, because I think they're still scared enough that they tend to kind of follow the rules, but they're not so intimidated by everything like sophomores maybe. And I teach Spanish.
So my favorite class to teach is juniors because they're trying to figure their lives out, and they're starting to get excited about what they're getting excited about and what they're going to do with their lives. And I teach ag.
Turns out that 60% of the teachers favor juniors, 20% of the teachers favor juniors and seniors, and 20% of the teachers were uncertain. The teachers I talked to seem to favor juniors because of the maturity that usually comes along with the age. Juniors are usually starting to figure out their lives and what they want to do. They tend to listen to directions more than seniors do. Students complain about teachers, but in this podcast, we heard what teachers think about students. Thanks for listening to Teacher Talk.